Good morning, everybody. Not that there's anyone here yet, but good morning. Welcome along to this week's Facebook Live. I'm in a slightly different location today. I'm at home today because today is my brother's wedding. So I'm off to that later. So I'm at home, and this is my dressing room. I feel like I should do a cribs tour. I won't do that. That's a bit weird. Anyway, hi Ben. So welcome along to today's Facebook Live. So today we're going to be talking about a really cheerful Friday morning topic in getting rid of dead wood. So I did a blog about this last week, and really what it is, and it's something that we come across all the time with our clients. They'll come to us and they'll say, oh, we've got such and such within our business. They are, they're driving us mad. They're not performing. They might have a really bad attitude. There could be various different things going on, but it typically will be in a small business, and it's going to be one person that is either dragging the rest of the team down, or they're just being incredibly difficult. They might not be performing. But in a small business, and what we see all the time, is that there is nowhere to hide in a small business. It's not like you're working for a large corporation and you can hide easily. In a small business, that doesn't really happen. If you take a business with 5 employees, for example, and one of your 5 employees isn't performing, then that's 20% of your business that isn't performing. So you can see it's quite a big impact on a small business. I'm just going to grab my piece of paper. So what we're going to look at today is how you as a business owner, or as an HR manager, or as somebody managing staff within a small business, or maybe it's a bigger business, can manage your dead wood, for want of a better word. So essentially people that aren't working out, they're not performing, and you don't know what to do with them. Typically what we see in these situations is it will be with employees that have been there quite a long time. Maybe you don't want to deal with them because that conversation is going to be awkward, it's going to be quite painful, and actually it's easier to bury it under the carpet and just forget about it. But actually that's going to be much more detrimental to your business, so it's important that you do deal with it. So the first step to take when you've got someone in your business who we would class as deadwood is to have a conversation with them and ask them what is going on for them. And you can do this in quite a friendly, non-confrontational way. It's simply to just say, hey, look, I've noticed you're not particularly happy at the moment. Is everything okay? And get them to do the talking, because you don't know what's going on necessarily in people's lives. We've had situations this week with one of our clients where we thought everything was going along pretty smoothly for one employee, but actually when we sat down and spoke to them, realised that there was a lot of other stuff going on that we just didn't know about. So it's important to have that first conversation with them and just figure out if there is anything going on that you don't know about. Offer your help. Is there anything that you can do to help them? But the key is to outline to them that there is a problem. There's nothing worse than burying something under the carpet, not dealing with it, and then you get a few months down the line, you want to deal with the situation, you can't because you've not said anything to them. So it's just important that you are honest and say, look, what's going on? We're not pleased with your performance. We're not pleased with how you're doing, whatever it is, to give them that opportunity to improve. So that's the first step to take. If they then don't improve, or if the bad attitude or bad behaviour continues, you're going to then be in a situation where you might need to start formally managing that process. So first thing to check is, do you have a policy in place around dealing with poor performance or bad behaviour? So that's typically going to be a disciplinary policy, or it might be your capability policy. So check and see what they say first. If you don't have those policies, you should do. But if you don't, you need to then follow the ACAS code of practice. So that is the ACAS guide on dealing with these situations. And it's essentially taking people through a fair process to tell them what the problem is, give them the opportunity to improve, and then give them warnings to get to a point where they either improve and you get the results from that process, which is great, or you might be in a position where actually you then need to exit them from the business. with any dismissal, there's always a risk to the business. So even if somebody's got under 2 years employment with you, it's not just a case of saying, you're fired, get out, and there's no risk. That's rubbish. There is risk in firing people with under 2 years employment. You've got a discrimination risk from day one that you need to be aware of, and that you just need to take care and make sure that you are following a fair process. So that's if you want to get to that point. Whenever you're managing a dismissal process, you need to make sure that you've documented your process. You need to show that you've given that individual chance to improve before you then move to a dismissal situation. Another option that you might want to be considering at this point is potentially offering someone a settlement agreement to exit the business. Now, these were the old school compromise agreements that we've probably all heard of. And again, they're not something that should be taken lightly at all. Again, you will need to make sure that you follow a process around offering somebody a settlement agreement, and make sure you take advice on this, and that you get the document prepared either by someone like ourselves who can prepare them for you, or a solicitor as well. They can do it. They might charge you a little bit more money than we would, but yeah, they can do it as well. But it's important that you don't take those conversations lightly. The amount of times I hear, we can just have a little off the record chat with them and that will be fine, won't it? Well, no, it's not. You need to make sure that, again, you follow the correct process, because you don't want to mess up when talking settlements, because it can end up coming back to bite you in a big way. But nevertheless, settlement agreements can be a good option if you've got someone in your business that actually things just have got to that point where you can't continue anymore, and it can be a good, effective way of removing someone from the business in as pain-free way as you possibly can. So there are a few tips in dealing with those Deadwood employees in your business. But what I would say is the key with all of this, and with any employee that isn't working out for whatever reason, is to try and deal with a situation as soon as you possibly can, and don't let it drift. The longer you let a situation drift, the harder it is to deal with. Equally, it's not fair. If someone isn't working out, don't do them a disservice and don't tell them. Be honest with them, explain why it's not working out for you, and give them either the opportunity to improve, or allow them the dignity to exit the business without putting them through a horrific performance management process that, being honest, can break people, and we're not in the business of wanting to break people's soul. As tough as business can be, I think that sometimes you need to look at, obviously, the legal, fair way, but also the humane way of dealing with problems as well. So hopefully that has helped you. Do like and share this video if you found it useful, and also get in touch if you need any help with any of these situations in your business. Quite often, getting a second pair of eyes on it can be really helpful, and also just having someone to hold your hand through the process can be really good. It just means that you don't have to kind of think about everything. So get in touch. I'm off now to drink some champagne, hopefully, at my brother's wedding. So I hope you all have a great day. I'll be back in the office on Monday. So if you'd like to drop me a line and chat or discuss anything, then get in touch. But I hope you have a fabulous weekend, and I will see you all same time next week. Take care. Bye.